Good morning. My name is Dr. Mary Ann Shepard, and I am a psychologist. I specialize in working with children with autism and developmental disabilities, but I also specialize in teaching parents everyday behavior strategies to address common parenting challenges. Children do not come with a manual. They don't come with instructions or what to do or how to do it. And there's a lot of stuff out on the internet. But one of the things that I try to do is just provide simple strategies that any parent can do that are easy to implement and easy to use to help address some of those common challenges that we all have. I myself am a parent of a toddler about to be two, but I also have experience in working with a lot of children of different ages. And these are strategies that are just easy to implement strategies. They're going to be released all in one unit, but we'll be going through them step by step on our Facebook page and having discussion in our news feeds as we go through each of these strategies that you can implement in your home. The first strategy that we'll talk about are clear expectations. So how do you set those expectations? What are the differences between expectations and rules, and how do you introduce those to your children? Next is attention. How can you use your attention? How can you be strategic in your attention? I often hear, I'm tired of yelling, and parents that are always yelling and criticizing and nagging at their children. And how do we use our attention to reduce our yelling and to have more positive experiences with our children? How do we use reinforcement? We don't want to bribe our kids. We don't want to pay our kids for everything. There are certain things that they're just expected to do. So how do we reinforce those behaviors that we really want? How do we use routines? There are daily schedules, and then there are daily routines. How do we teach those routines? How do we increase independence? How do we get our children to do things without constantly having to say, don't forget to do this and do this and do this and do this? So how do we teach those things on a daily basis? How do we have transitions? Every parent knows it's so hard to transition from things like electronics to dinner, or from dinner to bath time. How do we make those transitions? How do we get kids to come inside when it's time to come inside and sit down at the dinner table? How do we transition to difficult tasks like homework? How do we get those transitions done? Um, how do we implement breaks and reminders, and how do we do those effectively so that we're not just nagging and nagging and nagging, but how do we implement those breaks regularly? And sleep is so important, and we're going to talk about sleep recommendations, but also address some common sleep challenges. So that's what's coming in this series. I hope you'll join us as we work through this through the month of June. But if you're doing this at a later date, we hope that each of these topics will address some of the challenges that you're having. Have a great day, and I look forward to walking through this with you.